Do you want to talk about disrespectful tone? Here is a script that teaches respect in seconds. I'm Nicholeen Peck, and I teach all over the world about parenting, good communication, how to build strong family bonds, and calmness, all through the lens of the principle self-government. In this video, we're talking about respect. In this video, we're going to talk about respect and disrespect, and some of my insights on those things might surprise you. Then we're going to talk about this script. It's a short little script that honestly could be a game changer for your family. And we're going to talk about why it works and even share some other insights to increasing respect at your house. Let's talk a little bit about respect. When you respect someone, that means that you revere them, you regard them, you even reverence them. That doesn't mean that you go around like being very quiet and folding your arms every time you're with the person, but that you honor who they are. You acknowledge their role and you revere that role. So if I'm a child and you're a parent, then I would acknowledge that you are my teacher and that I need to learn from you. I'm not going to talk back to you. That would be considered disrespecting you. I would be going against your role. Now that may be something that you understand, but what about the role of child? Do you know that the child role, to be a learner, also needs to be respected? A lot of parents recognize that they need to respect their children, but they immediately turn to their children and start honoring them as a peer. We shouldn't treat our children like our friends or our peers. That actually is disrespectful to them. It's more respectful to teach them, to train them, to correct them, because their role is to be a learner. If we don't do that, they are left abandoned to do it themselves or to find somebody else who will guide them, direct them, and correct them. So as a parent, when we're thinking about respect, we need to remember that when they respect us, they treat us as a teacher, they acknowledge and revere us in that capacity, because that's our role. But when we're talking about respect going the other direction, we need to make sure that we remember that our children need us to do that teaching for them in order for them to be properly respected. Even if they're pushing back and saying that we don't respect them, they obviously don't understand respect either. They may have a one-sided view of respect because we've only talked to them about respecting us, but we haven't talked to them about what it means to respect them. So I highly recommend having that type of a conversation with your child. So if you've been watching this channel for a while, maybe you've subscribed to it, then you know that I talk a lot about the skills of self-government. There are these 4 basic skills of self-government that are the foundation for a person starting to learn self-government or self-mastery for themselves and to be able to solve problems or problem solve with other people. Now, all 4 of these 4 basic skills have one step to the skill in common, and that step is to have a calm face, voice, and body. You cannot self-govern yourself if you are out of control and not calm. You need to have a calm face, voice, and body. When a child is disrespecting you and they are talking back to you, or they are being rude or unkind in some way that you recognize as disrespect, they are not having a calm face, voice, and body. Specifically calm voice. But when you have a calm voice, oftentimes you don't have a calm face or a calm body either. The whole body language starts playing into it. What I would say to my children when I could see that they might be going down that road or they started to have a tone that was a little bit disrespectful, I wanted to understand them. I wanted to have a conversation with them and not necessarily shut them down, but I wanted them to know they needed to be calm first. So I would say, "That's not a calm voice. Say it again with a calm voice." Maybe use one of your self-government skills like disagreeing appropriately. So I would just pre-teach them really quick right in the minute about how to solve that problem. Technically, I'm doing a little mini correction and then pointing them in the right direction. And that's actually very beneficial for them. I'm not going to be reminding them all the time, however. Sometimes when they use a disrespectful voice tone and they're not having a calm voice, I'm going to go straight to a correction. And I'm just going to say, "All right, just now you wanted to disagree with me about something, but you didn't disagree with a calm face, voice, and body. And you didn't use your skill disagreeing appropriately. Since you chose not to use that skill, then you've earned an extra chore. What you should have done was focused on having a calm face, voice, and body." So what we're going to do is we're going to practice it the right way, and then I'm going to give you the opportunity to go ahead and earn your extra chore, okay? So I would do a correction with them that let them know we're not going to get away with this. We're going to work on it the right way. We're going to practice it the right way. But of course, as you can tell, it's very calm. It's very understanding. It's very directive. I'm pointing them in the direction that they need to be heading. As you're teaching your children what a calm voice tone really is, you may want to role play that. You may role play what is respectful and what is disrespectful. Have some fun with it and work on that voice tone and see what it sounds like when you're really truly having a calm face, voice, and body. The tone that you carry actually reveals your emotion. That means that the way that you express yourself in feeling shows everybody else more about what's going on inside of you than your actual words do. The disrespect that we are usually recognizing has more to do with tone than it does to do with words most of the time. Be sure to let them know that the way that they say something, the voice quality that they have when they say it, is actually more of an indicator of whether they're having a calm voice than the words that they're using. And those would be things that you would want to practice as well. If you have a child who struggles with disrespect, I would recommend role-playing on a regular basis the steps to the 4 basic skills of self-government, which you can learn here on this channel, and you can also learn more about them on my website, teachingselfgovernment.com. And I would also recommend that you teach them the skills for doing an effective correction, so that when you correct them, they're not surprised and they're more willing to accept the correction and make a change. I would also spend some time looking at the media. So when you're watching a movie or a video, seeing things on social media, maybe you're watching a reel or something like that, and you see somebody behaving in a rude tone, talk about how that's not a calm voice. Show them the difference between handling it that way and the way that they could handle it. So that simple script of saying, say that again with a calm voice this time, or how about you say that using your calm voice, and use your skill disagreeing appropriately too. Just prompting them at the beginning of the statement can make a big difference in them being more respectful. It's okay to tell them how to respect you. They need that training. In fact, we have to train them on everything that they do with all of their development. Teach them the script, practice it regularly, and make sure that they know that that's their cue to switch up the way that they just did things, but also let them know you're not going to cue them every time. Sometimes it goes to a correction. With that script, you are ready to learn more about the skills and principles of self-government so that you can increase respect. I recommend going to my next video, which is called The Calm Method That Teaches Respect Without Punishment. Click on the link to that video. I'll see you there.